Pittsburgh Steelers fans, what's going on? Welcome back to Blitzburg Squad. I'm Wesley Seeley, joined alongside Shane Smith. Thank you for joining us as we dive into this NFL Week 6 preview. Steelers, Seahawks, Sunday Night Football, man. First primetime game.
Yeah, first primetime game, coming off a rebound win.
A solid win, too.
Yeah, gave us a heart attack in the end.
Yeah.
They're good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we get to move forward, and now we get to question whether our team will win or lose again.
Of course, yeah. That's what we do, man. Hey, but this one's primetime. Maybe that'll be, maybe it'll just get the juices flowing. And
do you know, are we doing Color Rush?
I haven't heard.
Or is that primarily just Thursday nights these days?
I know. It seems like it, but
because we used to do them for primetime.
Sometimes, yeah, I don't think it matters. I think they just pick a matchup.
And it should be a somewhat crisp night. At least up our way, it's going to be cold. So
yep.
I would assume even Pittsburgh would be a little warmer, but still,
Hey, if they want to wear
nighttime game.
If they want to wear Color Rush, this Sunday night and another Monday night and Thursday night, I'm cool with just doing all night games Color Rush.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I haven't heard, so I guess we'll see if they announce that. But yeah, we got we're at least coming off a win last week.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. We faced the Seahawks with Geno Smith at the quarterback realm, at the helm of playing quarterback.
Yeah, I'm very, don't take this out of context. I'm very happy we're playing Geno and not Russ.
Yeah.
Sorry for Russ. That was a gruesome injury, and I feel
nasty.
very bad for him. But Geno Smith, just his overall rapport there's a difference.
Yeah, I would.
Russ is here. Geno's here.
I would say, yeah. I would say, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this matchup. Yeah. I think it should be pretty favorable on our end, but you never know. We could lay an egg here, but
we've seen it before. Bengals last year.
Oh yeah.
So anything's possible. I'm not gonna say anything bad though. We're gonna stay optimistic today.
That's right.
So
speaking of optimistic, roll into the offense.
Yeah, let's be optimistic about them today.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, they're playing a bad defense.
And I just liked what I saw last week, man. The offensive line actually found out how to play offensive line. They found out how to play center and guard and tackle last week. And now, especially now, against a bad defense, Seahawks defense, they have no reason not to do that again this week.
Right.
They did it against a really solid defense in the Broncos last week, and against Von Miller was a non-factor last week.
Non-factor.
So
screwed me over in fantasy.
That's fine though, because we got the win. That's the only way it's fine. Yeah, offensive line, they really got their crap together last week. They provided holes for Najee, which was great. Opened up the running game for us. Also really protected Ben. I think only allowed 1 sack and 2 quarterback hits, something like that.
Yeah,
it was something crazy.
2 quarterback hits is great.
Oh, that's incredible for us. Like that had to be our best pass protection game yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben had I want to say it was like 10 or 11 yards per attempt average down the field. So he was actually, pushing it downfield. He was working it downfield.
Yep.
And I think that just goes to show when you have a line that can actually do their job, Ben will actually push the ball down the field. I don't think he wants to throw it short. Right. I mean, I think sometimes he wants to get it out of his hand, and throw what's open. But sometimes he's looking for the big home run play, or sometimes he's just looking to force it and stretch the field.
Right.
And you just saw the difference of what that protection can do for our passing game and our running game. But
yeah, and it's nice to see that Ben can and is willing to throw it down the field, because this is 2 weeks in a row. We've scored on our opening drive.
Yes, true.
And it's been long touchdowns.
Yeah.
And so now, at least if you're scheming, beforehand you're like, yeah, we can stack 8 in the box. Ben's not going to throw it deep. Now the last 2 weeks, it's like, wow, he burned Jair, and then he burned
Kyle Fuller.
Yeah.
Both solid corners.
Both with Deontay Johnson. It's like, okay, yeah, Juju may be out, but now we got to watch out for this guy. He's back and in full form. So now you can't stack 8 in the box. So now it gives you that option of more RPOs for a short pass or an actual run. More, I would like our offense to continue what we did last week. And if we run it 35 times and only pass it 25 times, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I have no issues with that. That's what I would prefer to see, because that's just where we need to be in order to be competitive. Keep our defense healthy and off the field longer, keep the time of possession on our offensive side and just let Najee do Najee.
Mm-hmm. And I think we talked about this last week. For anybody that listened or watched us, our recap last week against the Broncos, we had talked, we liked what we saw out of Ben. He did pretty well, a little bit more accurate and had more time, obviously, to do those things. But there were some throws that he made that were directly to the Broncos. So those kind of just played in our favor. I mean, they were both dropped. Thankfully, they should have been both picked.
Right.
And I mean, sometimes you're going to get those, but he's got to clean that up. But for the most part, I liked what I saw out of Big Ben. I loved what I saw out of the line. Hopefully, they can duplicate that this week. And the Seahawks are like, they only had, trying to think, last week against the Rams, maybe like 2 quarterback hits. I mean, it was really, really bad. Like their pass rush is basically non-existent. So we have a very favorable matchup for our line to protect Ben and make some more holes for Najee. And like you said, man, let's get the rushing game going again. Like let's have 35 rushing attempts to 25 passes again. Like if we can have that every game, I think we're going to do okay because Najee can run the ball if you can give him the lanes and the holes to work with. So. And then working with a lead, like you said, we're going up and scoring on our opening drive. Working with the lead is going to help us, help our defense, help our offense, just gain momentum and get in rhythm.
Helps us a lot for sure. Now, on a downer on the offensive side, Juju is out for the year.
Yes.
That hurts.
Successful surgery, I saw. He just updated his social media and said surgery went well, so that's
successful. Good. I know a lot of people were, non-Steeler fans and Steeler fans were making fun of Juju and this and that and stuff. And it's like, come on, the guy got injured.
The dude got injured.
Like, yeah, sure, he likes to do TikToks and that. You got to realize he's been in the league, what, 4 or 5 years now? He came into the league when he was 19. And so he is still a kid, and he wants to have fun. He wants to get on social media. That's fine. Like, he's a great Steelers player. He's great for the city. And he does so many things that he doesn't tell people about. Yeah. Because he doesn't like that publicity. But, like, he gives so much away. He does so much charity stuff. Like, he's an overall good guy. So, like, I don't know. I didn't appreciate a lot of whether they were Steeler fans or not Steeler fans giving hate on him.
Haters.
So I'm glad to hear his surgery went well. I'm just bummed that he's out because potentially could be the last game that he plays with the Steelers.
Yeah, that's the big bummer, I think, about it all.
So I have my Juju jersey, and whether he leaves or stays, I'll still like the guy.
For sure, yeah.
Last year there was a couple of times I got frustrated with him, but overall, solid kid. But with that, luckily, we have as much depth as we do at wide receiver as long as we can stay healthy because James Washington comes in.
Yes.
And as much as Juju is a good part and a good underneath guy in that, if there's one guy that you would say could come in and fill in that role and be basically the exact same player, it's James.
Yeah.
And so James is getting his wish of now he's third in the depth. He gets more targets. He gets to be on the field a lot more. So, hopefully that makes him happy and, for him to prove himself as well, which would be nice. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see us continue in that upward trajectory. And, I want us to just let Najee keep toting the rock because that's what's going to lead to it. Unfortunately, he's a rookie, but we got to put all the marbles in his basket right now. So.
Yep, I agree, man. I agree. Defensively, they were facing Geno Smith.
Yes.
They should eat him alive.
Yes.
Sunday night ball.
Not a great offensive line either.
Not a great offensive line. You're right. Sunday night ball in Pittsburgh. Defense should be juiced up to get after Geno.
And it seems like we are healthier.
Yeah.
Still nothing about to it, but at least as of now, Sutton and Bush, as of Wednesday, were full participants,
right.
The Steelers said. So those are good signs for them to play.
Yeah. Hopefully they should be good to go by Sunday night. A couple extra hours, too, playing Sunday night, so maybe that'll help. But, yeah, adding those two guys back would definitely help because James Pierre's looked, good, but sometimes not great.
Right. I think sometimes we over-criticize just because we expect him to be great and we expect this defense to always be dominant, and they should be. But it's only his second year. He's an undrafted guy. Yeah. And so, I've heard people already say, well, the guy sucks. He's only in year 2, and he's 5 games into year 2 as a starting corner.
Yeah.
And so he's 5 games in total being a starter. He's still got to learn some things, and you could practice 20 years.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like live game reps.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's had his ups and downs. Maybe that pick gave him a boost.
Yeah,
confidence boost, morale boost, and we'll continue to see him grow on that.
Yep. Yeah, I think just adding Sutton to the mix, though, too, will help. Sutton's done a pretty solid job on the outside so far this year. And I no slight to James, because like you said, I'm not trying to be overcritical, but I just would rather have Sutton out
Correct.
there,
Sutton's proven himself.
Yeah.
Sutton's worked
He's
his
had
way
more
up.
experience.
Yes,
and
more in-game experience. Knows a lot more. So absolutely, I agree with that. And
same thing with Bush too. Nothing against Spillane, because we both like Spillane.
Oh, I love Spilly.
But we'd rather have Bush in there. He's just more athletic. He can do coverage a lot better than Spillane. Maybe not hit as hard, but he can. He can get after the quarterback. He's done a really solid job at getting at the quarterback 2 weeks in a row now, and recording some sacks. But yeah, hopefully he can get out there and stay a full game, and hopefully not aggravate a knee or groin, whatever the heck he's dealing with week by week. So yeah.
Yeah, and as much as I'd like him to be in there, if there's any doubt or they're like, hey, he's only 80%, me personally, because we have a bye week, I'd say just let him rest. Let him rest straight through the bye. Come back for the second part of the season, because that's going to be more important than this game. If Wilson was in, that might be a different story, but with a backup quarterback who hasn't started a game in 2 or 3 years, I say just, if there's any uncertainty, I would rather see him sit than to go.
Right.
And otherwise, having Cam, like we said, helps because they have a lot of weapons on the wide receiver side too.
Oh yeah.
Tyler Lockett's a solid guy. DK Metcalf is a freak. I mean, the guy is huge, like absolutely ripped, big guy, and
fast as heck.
Runs crazy fast.
Yeah.
And so he's my concern and why I'm most excited to have Cam back. And I know we don't play a lot of man and it's more zone in that. I would like to see Cam shadowed on DK with safety help in the back.
Yeah.
Just because we've given up a lot of big plays, and yes, Lockett can get you on.
Yeah,
on
he can
some
get
plays.
behind your defense too.
But Geno seemed to, in that part of the game after Russ took over, he seemed to be targeting DK a whole lot, and so I just have a feeling that that's going to continue. And so I would like us to be prepared for that, then be like, oh, okay, it was an 80-yard touchdown. Nobody was around him because we decided to play press or something on the guy. But no, overall, I'm excited for this game because to me, it's a no-brainer that we shouldn't have as many problems. It comes down to coaching, and are we going to play down to our opponent now that an all-star quarterback's out of the game?
Yep. Yeah. Because we have all the pieces there. I mean, it's just really, it's been about execution, and last week you saw the offensive line actually execute and play their positions, and they did great. Now it comes down to defense executing, doing their job against a backup quarterback that really isn't, I mean, he was on the Jets. I mean, we saw what he did there. This should be, I'm waiting for the game that the defense just goes off. This should be it. I mean, this has the making to be it. We talked about, the defense looked very solid in the first 2, maybe 3 quarters last week. They looked pretty good. Fourth quarter, they just kind of laid back and let the Broncos have their way back into the game. Right. Bills, they really had a pretty outstanding game. And other than that, though, they haven't shown us much in the weeks they've lost in. But I kind of expect this to be one of those games that they could show out, man. The pressure could finally get to Geno because the Seahawks line is not very good. Our back end's getting healthy with Cam Sutton, and then also adding Bush to cover some tight ends and whatnot. Make it just harder for Geno to make some reads, so that might force some interceptions, tip passes, interceptions, whatever. Right. So this could be the game that the defense actually shows up and shows out. I hope it is, because I'm waiting for that game just for them to go off, get some turnovers, get some double-digit sacks, whatever it might be. So this could be it, though, against Geno.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope so.
Special teams, I don't know anything about the Seahawks special teams, but I just...
Other than they had, was it them that had the double punt, or was it the Rams? I think it was the Seahawks that had the double punt.
Yes, it was. Heck of a punt.
That was crazy.
So they know how to double punt it, and it was legal, they said, based on the rules in that. So that was pretty interesting. I just, stay solid. Play like you guys did last game, and I'll be happy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Automatic Boz. Probably the most underrated kicker in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would agree with that.
Especially last week. How many missed extra points and missed kicks there were?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just take Boz for granted, and we're just like, oh, yeah, he's going to make this. Oh, yeah, he's going to make this.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
we forget that once we lost Schweizem, what we went through for a couple of years before we got Boz.
Yeah.
Which was crazy because he used to be on the Giants, and he was trying to compete with, I don't even know if it's the same kicker or not.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him, and we picked him up, and I was like, oh.
He's been great.
Yep.
Yeah. Automatic Boz. Presley did awesome last week, so hopefully he can just keep that consistency going. Hopefully offense can do their job so he doesn't have to punt as much too, because I think I mentioned that last week was just he's had to punt probably more often than normal punters should on another team. Right, exactly. So hopefully you can get those attempts to a minimum and just keep the consistency going, because he had like 59 some average.
Yeah, like 59.5 or something. It was
on 2 punts, but still like those
yeah, because he punted it for 119 yards, so 59.5.
They were bombs.
Yeah, they were great.
Just absolute bombs. So,
what's your bold prediction for the game?
I could really go either way, because I said this could be one for the defense to just go off, and offensively, I don't know if they could go off, but they could probably have their way with this defense, because the Seahawks defense is not very good. So I'll go offense. I'm actually going to go with Big Ben.
Whoop, whoop.
Talk about really bold.
Very bold.
Very bold. I'm going to say he's going to throw for 4 tutties in this one.
Whoa.
4+.
You think we're playing the Colts?
Yeah, really. That's like a Colts thing, isn't it? 6 touchdowns. Yeah, I'm going to say he throws for 4, man.
Okay.
I just think the offense will hopefully, I hope they can build off of what they did last week, build some confidence off of that going to this week, saying, hey, yeah, we can actually do it. And when we do it, our offense gets going. So if they can do their part, Ben will do his. I just think he'll build off of what he did last week as well. Forcing it to Deontay, getting it to Chase, a deep middle. I liked what I saw, and I think he'll build off of that. So I'll go 4+ tutties for Big Ben.
Wow. Okay. I'm not going offense or defense this week.
Oh.
I'm going special teams.
Oh, my.
I'm going to do multi-parts.
Don't you tell me Ray.
So Ray's going to be a part of it.
Okay.
So I'm going to say PH3 only has to punt it 3 times.
Okay.
All of them will be inside the 20.
Okay.
I'm going to say Boz does not miss an extra point or a field goal.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Ray averages 30 yards per return.
Okay. 3 punts, no more. Inside the 20 for all 3?
All 3.
No misses for Boz, and 30 yards return?
30 yards average return.
Whew.
I think our special teams will do solid, and
I hope so. That'd be nice.
I'll give probably my first A+ of the year.
Nice.
So I don't normally give those. I'm pretty hard on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, I would hope that would earn an A+ if they do that. What's your score prediction for this game?
Score prediction, I have the Steelers winning 26-18.
26-18.
A little bit of an odd score.
Yeah. Okay.
But we scored, 27 last week.
Yeah, 27.
Yes, 27-19.
Yes, 27-19.
Which was a little odd score, too.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to go Steelers in this one as well. I think building off of last week, I think there was a lot of good to take out of last week's win. Just correct some of the things on defense, correct some things on offense, right the ship here. Let's go into our bye week next week, right?
Yep.
Let's go into the bye with another win.
Another win, get healthy.
Yep.
Before we play the Browns.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to go Steelers in this one. I do think it's going to be one of those last drive interesting games for us.
Even if we look like we're up by a whole bunch, you dang well know 2 minutes left in the game, there's going to be a chance for that team to win it.
Yeah.
Give us a heart attack.
Yep.
Wouldn't be Steelers football without it.
Yeah, so let's go Steelers 30 and Seahawks 27.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make it close.
3 points.
3 points.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah. That's all I got, man. You got anything else to add?
No.
Okay.
I think that's all I got for this week.
Sweet.
I'm ready for our first primetime game and see how we do it.
Yeah, me too, man. I just hope we go into the bye week with another win, because then it would make us 3-3 at that point. Go into the bye week 500, get fresh, get healthy, and then try to roll, because we got a rough second half of the season. So
yes, we do.
But cool. But thanks for everybody else joining in, listening to us rant and rave about our Steelers. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. And as always, go Steelers.
Let's go Steelers.